Clanker City, the big smoke, the city of 10,000 gears. One small maintenance spot, one dream, and not so much as an oil can to my name. Thanks for the ride, I'll catch the return ferry once I'm rich and famous. That clunk sounded expensive. That clunk sounded permanent. Well, guess I live here now. The neon sign dips, the tavern window, the lit windows across the water, all together, like the city skipped the heartbeat. Nobody on the dock looks up. That's the part I don't like. Welcome to Clanker City, Pop, 8011, population 801,1. The punctuation died first. Something inside it rattles on every flicker. Loose hardware. That's not a noise, that's a work order. Maybe the good honest whack will fix the display. It rained a bolt. In this town that's basically a tip. One bolt, only 8,010 more, and I can afford a personality upgrade. Official city notice, hot off the press. Dynamo maintenance, nothing is wrong. Nothing has ever been wrong. Do not stockpile oil. Signed, Mayor Piston. The great dynamo powers every bot on this island, including me as of today. Not wires the hum. It keeps every mainspring on the island wound, remotely. Steam bot, clockwork bot, engine bot. All spring-banked. Hand winding is the backup. Crude, short burst, off warranty. So that notice is the scariest thing I've ever read. Evidence, or wall art, possibly both. Hello up there, lovely evening. She'd wave back if she could. She's out of oil, not out of manners. The scrap and barrel, where the floor is sticky and nothing is explained. The bartender says to mind the everything. The piano is playing itself, badly, with confidence. A player piano, playing itself. It's missing 3 keys. That feels thematically significant. Hold still, sir. This is a certified maintenance procedure. The bolt slots into the ratchet. The servo unwinds. The glass at long last comes down. My fortune, back up to 8,011 to go. Investing is brutal. He flips me a drink token, says Flange takes those as table stakes at the dartboard. I lean in casually, extremely casually. Nobody has ever leaned this casually. The one in the hat says, "You clang twice, then once, then twice, you barnacle." I am definitely not supposed to know that. Token on the rail, game on. Dart 1, the wall. Dart 2, a different wall. Dart 3 is in the ocean. We're indoors. Nobody knows. Flange is laughing so hard he goes for the showboat finish. 3 darts, 1 throw, behind the back. His shoulder servo overheats with a noise like bacon achieving liftoff. House rules. The overheated party forfeits the wager. The oil can is mine. Losing this badly took real skill. Nobody will ever believe that. Open wide, Betty, doctor's orders. The oil goes in, 20 years of squeak go out. Betty sets the crate down with the gentleness of a very large ant. The lid argues. I argue back with a plank. A brass wind-up key the size of my forearm, stenciled, property of the Order of the Wind-Up Key. Whoever ships a thing like this as deck cargo deserves to lose it. The alley behind the scrap and barrel, where the city keeps its rough drafts. There's a gate at the end marked Midtown, going up. Coin-operated. Of course it's coin-operated. Rivet's the name, he says. Knows everything, sells most of it, today only. The welcome bundle. 3 facts, free. The funicular to Midtown takes 10 bolts. Exact change. Gates can count, it's all they do. Fact 2, on the house. Because I look like rain. The dynamo is winding down. Whatever the posters say, the order that built it left 3 wind-up keys behind. All 3 together could wind the city back up, or down. Fact 3, the harbor keeps everything this town drops, and that dumpster's legally his. Someone sprayed dynamo is fine. Crossed out. Under it, smaller. IT is not. Under that, very small. No refunds. Knock knock. The slot opens. The same eye as the tavern. This is the back door. Still Act 3, buddy. This organization has remarkable message discipline. Inside, 1 rubber duck, seized. 1 manual in a language of pure grease, and a magnet on a string, in a town held together by bolts. A magnet on a string is a license to print money. Down goes the magnet, on the city's last honest string. Something bites, several somethings. 9 bolts. This city has been tipping the ocean for years. I feed it the fistful. It counts, blinks 9, and returns the lot. Smug, for a gate. Rivet would know where a 10th grows. "9 bolts, I tell him. He appraises my pockets from 4 feet away, correctly. He proposes a riddle duel. His bolt against my official city notice. He collects municipal lies. Complete sets matter. Rivet goes first. What has 100 teeth and never bites? A gear. In this town it's always a gear. My turn. 1 riddle. Alley rules. What winds down but never winds up? He opens his mouth. He closes it. He looks uptown, at the Dynamo District. He pays the bolt without a word. "10 bolts in the hopper. It counts them twice. Trust died in this town years ago." The gate ratchets up, and a little brass car rolls down to meet me, lit up like a promise. Uptown. I can hear the neon from here. Gates open, cars lit. Midtown keeps glittering like it doesn't know I'm coming. Midtown can wait. The Dynamo, I'm less sure about. Midtown Gearworks. The neon is louder, the streets are cleaner, and the manholes hiss in a higher register. City Hall says nothing is wrong in letters you can read from the harbor. And up the hill, behind the fence, the great dynamo, you can hear it from here. It's flat, by half a step. Talent night tonight, he says. Grand prize. An oil voucher and a backstage pass. Backstage, where Madame Voltina reads fortunes and guards things. He doesn't say what things. Sign up needs a stage name and an act. I have a name and a key the size of my forearm. He says, quote, "That's more act than most." "You keep your props," he adds, before I can ask. "House insurance won't survive a second Haldini." The great dynamo, up the hill, behind a fence with opinions. Every bot on this island runs on that hum, including me. The hum is flat by half a step. Half a step doesn't sound like much, neither did the clunk. City Hall, the banner says nothing is wrong, it's brand new. They replaced the old banner. The old one said the same thing, smaller. An aide opens the door exactly 9 degrees. The mayor is not seeing anyone. Especially, he adds, anyone holding paper. I pitch the act. The amazing Sprocket wins himself up with a real key. On stage, the clerk has seen everything twice, and he still blinks. My name goes up on the marquee while I'm still holding the pen. I keep the key. It's the act. There it is, Sprocket, on a marquee, in lights. A third of the bulbs are out, the rest are compensating. Talent night. Tonight, no pressure. The marquee is the pressure. The grand cog, inside, red velvet, brass rails, and a chandelier assembled from smaller, defeated chandeliers. The house is packed, 40 bots, and not one of them came here to be impressed. And up on the catwalk, one more with a spyglass. No ticket, no hurry. Somewhere past that curtain is backstage, and backstage, if the clerk is right, is Madame Voltina. Sprocket, he says, reading the marquee off my face. The wind-up act. You're on next. One problem. The brownout caught the spotlight operator mid-juggler. He's down to a polite ember. House rule. No spot, no act. He says it like the rule has a plaque somewhere. He looks from my key to the dark booth and back. He likes my chances, he says, conditionally. I try some crowd work. How's everybody doing tonight? A voice from the dark. Worse now. I rap on the booth. House lights. We're past call. His eye flickers up through 3 shades of amber. He checks the program, then checks me. He mouths, the wind-up act. I nod. He cracks every knuckle he has, both of them. The curtain opens. The house goes quiet the way a dropped wrench goes quiet, mid-air. The MC leans in. How many turns? The manual mentions a number, in bold, in red. I wind myself. 8 full turns. Regulation maximum is 5. Spring, let's go. I am now performing unscheduled acrobatics. The proscenium and I meet several times. It gives as good as it gets. I land in the spotlight. On my feet. Nobody is more surprised than the feet. Silence. Then the house comes apart. The bots who can't stand wave their wheels. The MC declares it the most honest act in Grand Cog history. I don't correct him. First prize, 1 oil voucher and a backstage pass on a lanyard of bicycle chain. The spring spat the key to the boards at launch. I go to collect it for the bow, my hand closes on applause. A hook on a line whips up past the proscenium and is gone. The hatch clicks shut. Then, from the far side, Knuckles, 2, 1, 2. They sign their work. The hat from the card table, the spyglass from the catwalk. Everyone in this house saw a triumph. I saw a hatch. I flash the pass. The stagehand reads it twice. Nothing in his build explains how he steps aside, but he does. The dark behind him smells like ozone and incense. A voice from it says, I have been expecting you, Key Bear. I start to explain about the key. I know, says the voice. Ask me sometime about the key that winds itself. Mind the cables, Madame Voltina. I'm going to need a minute, and possibly a will. She'll keep. The door is mine to open when the minute's over. Backstage, rope, sandbags, and a fortune teller's parlor where the fire exit should be. 3 keys wind the city back up. As of the ovation, I hold none of them. The cables on the floor all run one direction. The direction blows. A voice from the parlor. Mind the cables. I mind the cables. A Tesla coil in a shawl. Her head is a glass dome with weather inside. There's no crystal ball on the table. She's the ball. A brass wind-up key in a glass jar, stenciled property of the order of a wind-up key. The jar hums, not the city's hum, a private one. I reach, the jar reaches back. The deposit is charged, she says, so is the jar. Rocket, says the parlor, late of the docks, lately of the stage. I ask how she follows my career. The theater is wired. I am the wiring. The coil drinks mains. The bot under the shawl is wound like the rest of us. The readings are the expensive part. You came for the one in the jar. There's a jar, in it. A brass key the size of my forearm. The stencil on the glass matches the crate my luck came in. The order left it with me. I vet the bearer. I ask what the vetting costs. A reading, yours. Used to be I'd read you cold. The brownouts ended cold reads. 3 cards, past, present, future. Answer each with what you carry. Carried things remember, lie, and the coil bills you. A card snaps onto the felt. A woodcut of a printing press, smiling. The past, she says, place the lie this city printed you. It fished 9 bolts out of a drain, she reads. True, not printed. The coil reads by touch, and everything I've carried is a diary. The arc hits the notice and goes the color of a courtroom. Nothing is wrong, she reads. Issued in bulk, believed by no one. You pried it off a public board. Passed, verified. She slides it back across the felt. The past is mine to keep. Card 2. A woodcut of an open hand. Palm up, municipal. The present, she says. Place the debt this city owes you. The arc tastes the voucher. 1 free oil, redeemable where the rope is velvet. She taps it twice with an arc and hands it back uncashed. Cash it where City Hall drinks. Debts talk after hours. Card 3 lands face down. The first 2 didn't do that. The future, she says. Place the key. The table waits. My pockets hold a notice, a magnet, a voucher, and a pass. Notably, no key. I explain that the key is in my other chassis. The arc that finds me is small, educational, and extremely specific. The coil bills for lies. The truth, then. I put my name in bulbs and the key on a lit stage. A hook took it at the bow. Truth, the arc doesn't flinch. Neither of us mentions whose idea the bulbs were. She turns the card with an arc. A woodcut of a city, held upside down, being shaken. The rustlers don't want a dark city. They want one that pays to stay lit. They don't wind a thing. The city winds down for free. They mean to own the rewind. Their words, says the card. Piracy with invoices. Your future knocks, she says, twice, once, twice. I know that knock. It plays cards in the scrap and barrel. It answers when they want something walking through it, she adds. They will. The reading is paid, she says. Ground yourself. She earths the jar with a rod the size of a baton. The lid gives a small ceremonial pop. Key the second, she says. Lose it slower. 1 key in hand, 1 behind a knock. 1 still a rumor that winds itself. The math is moving again. Make tomorrow negotiable again. I have appointments. I ask about the key that winds itself, as instructed. Old crank, she says, up the hill, behind the fence, older than the hum. He was winding himself before the city needed winding. When you hold 2 keys, ask him where the 3rd one stands. A hermit, a fence, and a riddle with posture. I ask what she gets out of vetting key bearers. A city with 1 future puts fortune tellers out of work. Everyone's stopping is not a fortune, it's a schedule. She wants tomorrow back on the table, professionally. A bare bulb on a stand, center backstage. Theater law. It never goes out. It's flickering. 40 years of acts on hangers. A bear suit for a bot suit for, presumably, a bear. Cables, braided like the city's worst haircut. Every one of them feeds the parlor. The theater's fuse box. Somebody has labeled every single fuse her. My screwdriver attachment is for personal use only. Those two things politely decline each other. Those two things politely decline each other. Those two things politely decline each other. They look fully assembled already. The MC, tuxedo paint job, telescoping mic arm, and the smile of a bot who has introduced 10,000 acts and survived 9. Pomade, he's a robot. I have questions. Those two things politely decline each other. My screwdriver attachment is for personal use only. Confetti on the boards and a spotlight with nothing left to prove. The catwalk is empty now. It looks innocent. Catwalks always do. The hatch is shut, and the bolt is on their side. Somebody up there respects maintenance. It has nothing to say. Story of this whole town. It has nothing to say. Story of this whole town. It has nothing to say. Story of this whole town. The stage considers it and finds it insufficiently theatrical. I can't just asterisk use asterisk a fellow robot. We have a union. I can't just use a fellow robot. We have a union. It has nothing to say. Story of this whole town. It has nothing to say. Story of this whole town. City Hall. Inside, marble paint over sheet metal. The echo is load-bearing, a hallway of portraits, a desk of stamps, and at the end, the mayor. You can hear him from here. He sounds like a kettle that won committee. Caliper follows at exactly arm's length. He measured. He's mid-speech when I reach the desk. There's no audience. He doesn't need one. He greets me. Ah, the talent. Tremendous act. The city thanks me. I mention the robbery. He calls that the magic of live theater. I put it to him straight. The dynamo is dying and the city is lying. Nothing is wrong, he says. It's on every banner. I unfold the official notice on his blotter. Nothing is wrong. His signature. Standard reassurance, he says. We issue them on a schedule. I ask what the schedule reassures us about. If nothing is wrong. Steam escapes from somewhere official. Caliper, he says. The stamp. He stamps my notice void with feeling. Now it's official twice. Maintenance is budgeted at 0, he adds, because nothing needs maintaining. I lay the oil bar tab on the blotter, next to my voided notice. 4 rounds of single origin crude, charged to Dynamo Maint, contingency, signed, Caliper. Caliper offers to explain the signature. He cannot, the mayor says. It's a very good signature. The boiler drops a register. The room gets 1 degree more honest. The dynamo is fine, he says. I have never felt better. The hum sags. The gauge needle leans. His hand drifts toward the crank dock. I say nothing. I'm a maintenance spot. We're comfortable around things that wind down. The needle does the talking. Oh, hang the banners, he says. He docks the crank and wins himself, right there, in front of a maintenance spot. 8 turns, the maximum is 5. He signs the maximums. It's been sagging since spring, he says. The engineers gave it 3 days. That was 2 days ago. I ask about the order, the bots who built the thing. Wound down, he says, one by one, pensioned off the books. One name left on the list. Deliveries go up the hill. Up the hill is the Dynamo District, behind the fence with opinions. Then he opens a drawer and slides a letter across, crumpled and uncrumpled, repeatedly. Winding is a service now, it says. We have the first key, rates on request, terms of contact, the scrap and barrel back door, knock twice, once, twice. I know that knock, I've been on the wrong side of it twice. The city cannot pay, he says. The city cannot be seen refusing to pay. I, fortunately, am not the city. I get the letter, the knock, and the deniability. The city gets to be fine. Nothing is wrong, son, he says. Go fix it. Clank lang, clang, clank lang. The slot opens. The eye looks at me, for a long time. Act 3, buddy. The bar lifts, the same 3 words, and this time they're a ticket. The Rustlers' hideout, the room between the tavern's back wall and the alley. The city forgot to put it on either side. Smaller than the legend, tidier, too. Somebody in here squares chairs. At the desk, a winch bot the size of a cargo door, dictating to a quill lash to her own left crank. Item 4, the rewind. 3 keys, 1 city, our rates. She sees me, everyone sees me. 4 hands of cards go face down in unison. The wind-up act. You knock the code, so you're a guest. Guests leave with what they carried in. House rule. Captain, wind-up crew, retired, by the city. Not by choice, and over the card table, on the hook that took it, my key. I ask after my key. She asks after my city's credit rating. Ransom isn't theft. It's maintenance, invoiced in advance. She slides me the current draft. The number has 6 digits and a footnote. I ask who signs the check. Ransom needs a payer. Payers need wound springs. The hum is flat and dropping, past a point. The city can't surrender. It can only stop. We can wind them awake to pay. Hand winding is what we do. 6 of you, 8,000 of them, give or take this room. And when the hum quits, who winds the winders? Her crank stops mid-polish. The card game stops pretending to be a card game. The plan assumed somebody stays wound. Plans usually do. Then make me a better offer than a dead invoice. I ask after my key. She asks after my city's credit rating. Ransom isn't theft. It's maintenance, invoiced in advance. She slides me the current draft. The number has 6 digits and a footnote. The rewind is a job, I tell her. 3 keys, 1 machine the size of a district, and my arms are stock parts. First call goes to a certified wind-up crew. Paid. In writing. Starting with the bots who kept the skill alive. In writing means in writing. Wind-up act. She flips the ransom note over. I write the work order on the back. Same numbers, fewer threats. Crew. Pay the gentleman his key. She hooks the line to her wrist drum and pays it out. Smooth as a tie chart. The key comes down like a settled invoice. I sign for it by holding on. On the house. The 3rd Kia isn't lost. It's retired. Ask the old crank up the hill how retirement's paying. She says it like a name and not a description. Top of the hill, the Dynamo District, where the city keeps the thing it won't talk about. Behind the fence, the great dynamo, bigger up close, quieter up close, which is the part that worries me. The hum's still going, barely, like something counting down and losing its place. Below, the lights are going out in patches. Up here, the thing that's supposed to stop that is barely turning. I take the crank. The governor lurches, fights me, locks. From inside the yard, a voice, dry as a dropped washer. It only answers the hum. The voice says, always did. I crank in time with the dying hum, slow, flat, apologetic. The governor stops fighting me. The escapement lets go. The turnstile turns. I introduce myself. The maintenance spot, 3 days late and 1 key short. He knows what I am, he says. I'm the one they send last. He doesn't get up. The key in his back keeps turning. Nobody's winding it. He winds himself, he says. Last one on this hill who can. I seat both keys and turn. Together, the slots take them like they were measured for it. The hum climbs, a half-step, clean, the way Midtown should have sounded. Then it stalls, holds, sags back to flat. 2 keys is 2/3 of a turn. Behind me, old crank stops pretending he isn't watching. I take my keys back. You don't leave these in a lock and walk away. I ask what the order left him to do. Wait, he says, be the spare. He's the 3rd key. He says it the way you'd report the weather. The bottom drops out of the room anyway. He's already reaching back for it. I'm the one who needs the minute now. I thank him. Don't, he says, just make it worth the quiet. He works the key out of his own back. It's heavier than mine. Warmer, too. The turning in him slows. His voice comes down a register, then a register more. Pull a wind-up's key. The wind-up stops, he says. Simple. He says it's slower. 3 keys. The set's complete. It weighs about a person. Wind the city, he says. He'll catch up. Maybe. Slowest of all. Then nothing. He's still. Mid-gesture, like he meant to wave and ran out of road.